welcome back to this TV. This is probably the most latest latest preview I've ever done for a match night game. We're playing up against Tottenham Hotspurs in the Europa League final at the Salmoners. I am going to go to bed very soon because the game's in like 4 hours, so I need to get a quick power nap at least for tomorrow. Would have gone to bed earlier, but one preview which I forgot to do because Neil is busy with his internship, and two, had some school work to do. So yeah, well, uni work. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna keep this much. I'm not gonna keep this very long. All I'll say is that this is a must-win for Manchester United. The whole season's been building up to this. I did say, I believe, quite some time ago that Manchester United can definitely win the Europa League. So yeah, tonight's night to prove it. We've got Xerxes back in the squad. We've got Lenny Otto back in the squad. We've got Diogo Dalot back in the squad. We've got some good players back in the squad. I believe two of those players will start. I do believe. Let's get to the lineup real quick. Get to the lineup and talk about Spurs a bit. Then I get some other stuff, a few other stuff. Then prediction. I'll end it off. Come on, work with me. I gotta go to bed soon. Come on, laptop, work with me. Sorry about that. And this should work now. Yep. Right. Yeah, it's working now. Sorry about that. 4, 5, 2, 2, 1. Should work. Right second goal. Gonna be Andre Onana. Then at the back, first of all, Slabhead, Harry Amal, Harry Nazario, whatever you wanna call him. Harry Maguire. First pick for the defense. Then at left centre back, gonna go for Rolls Royce. I like to call him Lenny Otto. I keep on getting it wrong, bro. Lenny Otto, our Rolls Royce. Next centre back, I'm going for Nasir Mazraoui. I believe his best position is at right centre back, and I believe our defense is stronger with him there. Right wing back, Diogo Dalot. Say what you want about him, but this man is a workaholic, constantly running up and down the pitch. He does provide some energy, some tenacity, some ability to bomb forward, go up and down that right hand side, and he will have Nasir Mazraoui at the back to support him. So I believe that Dalot should start. Left wing back has to be Patrick Dorgu. You could make a case for Luke Shaw, but I just won't risk it. I think Luke Shaw has mainly played at left centre back, I believe, since he came back. I just don't think he's at it. I do believe he is still probably our best left wing back. But however, I just don't think he's up to it right now. If he was fit, if he came back a month before he did, I think he's a nail-on spot for left wing back because I think that he'll just gain match sharpness to cover from that injury even more and able to and we will be able to trust him moving up and down the pitch for this one game. But I just think that Luke Shaw just had a lack of minutes. Well, he has played some minutes, but he's just not played enough to properly recover from the amount of time he missed, and just hasn't recovered in terms of match sharpness as well. He hasn't really played well in any of his games. I just think give Dogo a chance. He has a lot of energy going up and down. He has a good cross on him. He's physically strong. I believe would be important for this final. In the midfield, there is a bit of a debate. You could put Bruno in the midfield, but what I would do is I go for Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte, which is mainly the midfield, which has carried us. And people just carried us to the Europa League final. I believe Manuel Ugarte's tenacity, ability to win the ball back, and just that engine in the midfield is so important. And I know that his playmaking ability to distribute the ball is quite suspect at times. However, I believe Casemiro does make up for that. His distribution has been better recently. Um, and again, I just think that I'm afraid that if we put Bruno in midfield, I'm afraid we could get overrun by Spurs because I don't think in terms of pure quality. Sorry, in terms of pure quality, I don't think Spurs have an amazing midfield roster to pick right now. Especially with Bergwall out, and Grosowski who's played in the midfield recently. I just don't think they have great players in that midfield. But one thing you cannot deny about that midfield, it's got engines, it's got workhorses, it's got Duracell bunnies who will give it 110% on that pitch. So I just think that, of course, I'm not saying Bruno won't, but I just feel like you need that more defensive stability in that midfield, which I believe Casemiro and Odegaard provide more. Then behind, first of all, at striker, perhaps a bit controversial, but I'm going to go for Rasmus Højlund for a simple reason is because we don't have anyone else at striker. I don't think this is the game to go for a false nine. People will point out that Bruno Fernandes started as false nine and last season an FA Cup final. First of all, the opposition was Manchester City, who at that time were one of the best teams in the world, and we had to take a bit more of a defensive approach. And also, Ten Hag is a manager who abandoned his philosophies after 3 or 4 games and adapted to pretty much every opposition he played against. Amorim, I don't believe quite is that. He does adapt sometimes to the opposition we play against, but he will stick to his principles. And I just don't think. I mean, he tried out Mainu at false nine, and it failed completely. And of course, I know that's Mainu, and people bring out you can play Bruno or Mount there, but I just don't think this is the game where you try something like that. I just don't think you be experimental with this. You go with what you have. Rasmus Højlund has been in shocking form recently, but say what you want about him, he is one of the quickest strikers in the Premier League, which may not seem like it, but you can Google it. He is one of the quickest strikers in the Premier League. And Spurs, if they play a high defense, he is a player who can run in behind, make runs in behind, which could be crucial in this game. So I would start Rasmus Højlund. Now on the wings, well, number 10s, Bruno Fernandes. That's probably the most obvious pick of the 11. And then Amad Diallo has to start. Simply has to actually put Bruno here. Because Amad Diallo, it's a bit. Listen, I mean, Garnacho has not really been up to it in these last few months, I believe. However, I'm happy with that front three because you've got some explosiveness, some magic. They got some explosiveness with Amad Diallo. You've got some creativity with Bruno Fernandes. You've got Højlund making runs in behind. You've got Casemiro and Odegaard as the engine in that midfield to win the midfield battle. I like that. And also with this 11, you have the likes of Mason Mount, Kobe Mainu, Alejandro Garnacho, Joshua Zirkzee, and maybe even Christian Eriksen, all on the bench, who are decent options off the bench, all of them. So I'm happy with the options off the bench for this game as well. We have some good options off the bench. So yeah. My prediction, also first of all on Tottenham Hotspurs. Listen, I have bantered Spurs a bit, just a bit of fun, a bit of banter. But yeah, it's not going to be an easy game. First chance for them to win a trophy in 17 years, and always wins in the second season. They haven't been good this season at all. They've even been worse than us in the Premier League, but they've made it to this final just like us, and they have some quality players who can hurt us if we're not careful. Particularly, I think the likes of Van de Ven, Udogi, Solanke, maybe perhaps Romero, Porto as well can be the sometimes. They have some good players. Brennan Johnson as well, of course, sorry. They have some good players. Cameron Son as well, of course. They have some good players. We need to be careful of them. But I believe in terms of sheer talent, sheer quality on that pitch, Man United have the edge in this game. And I believe that would take us over the line. So, as you may have predicted, my prediction is a win for Manchester United. I believe we'll be Europa League champions in about, what? What is it, 4.5? Around what, 6 hours around? If the game ends in overtime, so yeah. I'm going for 3-1 Manchester United. 3-1 United. Harry Maguire, Rasmus Højlund, and Bruno Fernandes to all get goals. That's my prediction. From Spurs, I don't know, Son score. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash like button, subscribe for new. Sorry for doing this so late, but I had to put a preview out there for a game like this. I just had to at some way. So yeah, go to Man United. Let's do this. I'll see you guys for the watch along. Let's freaking do this.